Hi guys. First of all, I want to thank all of you for taking the time to write comments on the various episodes that we've posted so far. I spent about 3 hours this weekend replying to most of you and also took notes on your suggestions, so I greatly appreciate you taking the time to let us know what your thoughts are. So in deciding what we were going to do for this week's episode, I thought, well, I've got some really wonderful Japanese pieces in my office. And I thought this would be a great time for me to show just a few pieces. What I love about the Japanese designers is that they take things that are familiar with us, either fabrics or shapes, and they make them kind of unfamiliar in a lovely way. So the first piece that you see on the mannequin is Comme de Garcons. It's from Spring-Summer 1997, and it's part of the Amorphic body series, where there are lumps and bumps that are included in a second layer that's underneath. There's padding in here, and so there's one layer which is kind of a slip that holds the padding. And then there's this overpiece, and I just love everything about this. The neck, the funnel neck, the print, and the beauty of the misshapen form. So, and it's in beautiful condition, and it hides in my office in a plastic bag so it doesn't get snagged. It's an interesting fabric. I also, to continue with Comme de Garcons, from the 1999. Oh, and I want to also include that we'll show the beautiful thing about Comme de Garcons, and these are now all going to be Watanabe's pieces. On the label, you can actually see the year that this was made, 1999. So I love that, so I don't have to research it on the internet. This is a personal piece that I wear that I love. It restricts your freedom of movement because you can see it's kind of a cape, and the way it's folded, the use of these rings, which I've never seen anything like this on any other garment. And it's also beautifully beaded with a light amount of floral soutache. So this other piece that I have is a piece that just blows my mind. First of all, to find this polyester fabric, or to create it, I haven't done any research to find out what the story is, but it's a honeycomb kind of fabric. And you can see that when you wear it, it splays out, and it is literally a cocoon coat. It still has its original tag with the extra fabric and a button, and this Watanabe for Comme de Garcons piece was made in 2000. Watanabe piece for Comme de Garcons that I pulled is a parachute dress, and this is from 2002. I have blouses from the same collection. This has never been worn as the other piece, but what's cool about this is you can change the look by pulling on the strap on the blouses. You can't do it on the dresses, but you can take off these various pieces, and it's just a really fabulous, different take on utilitarian. There's two kind of bubbles, but this one is actually kind of a fanny pack, backpack. I love this. And then, for something completely different, we have Issey Miyake's egg carton suit. What I love about this is not just the whimsy, but the egg carton pops out on the front and is in on the back, on both the jacket and the pants. And I believe this is from the late 90s, early 2000s. And it's, I would imagine, heated polyester fabric. But, you know, I mean, look at the use of something that's so familiar and just changing it a little bit. It just blows my mind. Speaking of, this fabulous flat pleated, what looks like a ruff, is actually Miyake's paper lantern dress. And I love the reveal when I drop it and it shows what this dress does. This is from the mid-1990s. It can be worn so many different ways because it hugs. So you can either wear it off the shoulders or with a funnel neck. You can hike it up and anchor it where it drapes. And it's like the perfect travel piece if it wasn't a museum piece, right? Because it doesn't take up any room in your suitcase. But talk about using a familiar fabric in a completely different way. And there's dozens and dozens of imitators now, but nobody does it as good as Miyake.
So one of the great advantages of having a brick and mortar is that it makes you more visible for people to contact you when they have things to sell. 90% of the people that contact us have things that are really not pieces that we would be in the market for, but every now and then we get a call for something that's really unique. And this beauty is a 1988 Yohji Yamamoto hat. There's one very similar, it's not identical, that is in the collections at LACMA, LA County Museum. This came from a woman who had it as her wedding hat. And she was kind enough to send me images of her and her husband, her wearing it. And I bought it. I don't want to sell it. I want to appreciate it as a form of sculpture for a little bit. And once I've gotten my fair dose of its beauty, I probably will move it on. But speaking of Japanese designers, Yamamoto is definitely one of the top.
And what I love about this industry is not just that you can put clothing on and express your individuality with what you wear, but also that it's one of the most original and beginning part of recycling and sustainability. So all of you totally rock. Thanks so much for being a part of our tribe, and we look forward to seeing you on our next episode. Bye.